Before King George V, it was King's brother who got spiritually initiated by Devraha Baba Sarkar. This episode took place just before 1900 AD. India was ruled at that time by a foreign British government for the past 60 years or so. India was known to be a British colony. In India, it was Englishmen who ruled over it. With reference to this, the Queen of England sent one of her sons to India to look after its governance. The prince, along with shouldering task given to him, was 100% influenced by India's religious culture. He was very much influenced by India's pious character, people who had no inclination to earn money but unethical fraudulent means, since they possessed sacred pure souls. Along with the looking after governance task, the prince studied Indian culture too. He took great interest in associating with great saints, sages, going to pilgrim spots and visiting temples for holy darshana, and learning Indian way of thinking and behavior. As a result, a very high level government, British officers silently and inwardly were displeased with the prince's interest. These officers believed that they had come to India to spread Christianity religion in India's poor, backward region and not for themselves to get converted to Hindu religion. During his visits to pilgrim spots for visiting temples and associating with great saints, the British prince came in touch with Brahmarshi Devraha Baba Sarkar. He was very much influenced by Mahayogi Devraha Baba's sense of renunciation and strict austerities. His mind was very much attracted to Mahayogi Devraha Baba's divine teachings, and very regularly he would spare special time for visiting Devraya region in Gorakhpur district. During this phase, he fell in love with an Indian girl. He was quite amazed with this girl's pious character and religious sentiments. Their love for each other increased day by day. When the British governors and officers saw that the prince was not paying heed to their advice, they sent a detailed letter to the Queen in England wherein all details of the prince's behavior and activities were written. They further wrote to the Queen that the prince was not fit enough to rule over their India colony. Later, the Queen communicated with the prince through letter wherein the Queen, especially harboring dissatisfaction, asked the prince to return to London in order to give her final decision. Till date, the prince, greatly influenced by Mahayogi Devraha Baba's teachings, keeping the goal of helping overcome the agony and disparity in the Indian public due to poverty, and the prince refused to follow rules made by Britishers that were erroneous because he had already taken spiritual initiation from Mahayogi Devraha Baba. The prince came for Mahayogi Devraha Baba's darshana and told him of all that had happened. The prince said that his wish was to marry this Indian girl and stay in India. Yet, his mother, by giving him a lot of enticements, wanted the prince to dwell in London only and marry a British girl. Thus, he asked Mahayogi Devraha Baba as what should he do under these circumstances. Mahayogi Devraha Baba said, "Child, when you talk to your mother, my inspirations shall appear in your bosom and do exactly as per these inspirations of mine." Saying this much, Mahayogi Devraha Baba gave the prince prasada and bid him adieu. On reaching London, the prince was told two things by the queen. The first thing, she was said, Prince, you are the son of King George IV, and hence ascend his throne to become King George IV. Thus, as per our royal clan tradition, you must marry an English girl chosen by us. In reply, the prince clearly said that he would marry only the girl he had chosen. The queen said, If you insist on acting your way, I shall take away all your royal princely rights. Thus, instead of you, your brother shall become King George V. The prince very joyfully agreed to this, saying that by dangling the juicy carrot of ascending the royal throne, you cannot buy my love for spirituality. I shall live my life as per the guidance of my spiritual guru and never as per your or royal clan rules. After this, the prince returned to India, and after having Mahayogi Devraha Baba's darshana, told the latter all that had happened in London. Mahayogi Devraha Baba said, Child, my unlimited blessing and grace are on you. Wherever you stay, my blessings shall keep you happy. Child, only they get dispassion from royal pleasure that have already enjoyed royal pleasure for thousands of previous birth. One who has never attended royal pleasure at first shall try everything to attain it. But when he attains royal pleasure, then for fulfilling all types of desires and immersing his psychic only for selfish gains, latches onto his kingdom like a leech. Child, no doubt, only due to good merits of many previous lifetimes does one attain royal pleasures. Yet, on attaining it, one becomes very arrogant due to becoming master of so much wealth. One also becomes dictatorial due to attaining so much political authority. Thus, such a one executes many vile deeds and lowly acts. In this manner, one becomes an author of one's own sorrowful destiny in future. In this manner, this anguished creature tries to attain as much joy as possible. After many lifetimes, when this creature becomes very wealthy and joyous, he out of delusion gets immersed in many types of tainted vile deeds, and the result of this is that he again has to endure pain and anguish in future births to come. Thus, this vicious cycle of sorrow does not break for innumerable lives. In reality, he is only happy who, by going beyond the duality of joy, sorrow, immerse his mind and soul in devotion to God or divine cosmic consciousness. Thus, as per Mahayogi Devraha's Baba, holy advice on taking Mahayogi Devraha Baba's permission, the prince married that very Indian girl he loved, and he resided in Kathmandu, Nepal for the rest of his life. Once or twice a year, this prince would come to Mahayogi Devraha Baba and have his sacred darshana.